Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and I am live in San Francisco, and we are here to cover Doctor Who Series 11, as you say in the UK, Episode 9, It Takes You Away. Yes, Doctor Who Season 11 is definitely taking me away from Doctor Who. Yes, I was waiting to say that. Not happy with this episode, and I know some of you might be, what, how could you find something wrong with this episode? Well, this might have been the worst offender in just this constant theme of men bad. Okay, and I thought they would really try to stay away from that. Again, my biggest complaint is, really, you could have won me over with the female doctor if you just treated her like a doctor and gave us doctor episodes. But the whole theme of that has been going on even to the Moffat era. So again, this has been going on for a while, and it's really what's turned a lot of people off to Doctor Who. As I said before, this used to be a show for everybody, and it is clearly not anymore. And what I'm talking about is bad dads. I've been, for about a year, I've been preparing a video for this. I'm going to actually probably release it next Father's Day, and it's Hollywood's issue with fathers and how fathers are portrayed. And it looks like the BBC does that too. So yeah, totally. And as a dad, I'm a dad, and yes, some dads suck, and some moms suck, and yeah. And also, I don't want to make it sound like I'm all, for patriarchy. Okay, I'm for cohabitation. That is what I'm for. I'm for everybody working together. So before I go any further, thanks to Viking Bitch for the spoiler paddle. I'm going to spoil the crap out of this crap episode. And yeah, I'm a little fired up. So we start out, for one, this is written by Ed Himes. And if you go to his IMDb, he has one credit, which is Skins, which I have not seen. So that's his one writing credit. I don't know what, if maybe he's a writes books. I have no idea who the guy is, but he doesn't have a lot of credit, and there's not a lot of sci-fi genre TV experience. Kind of a theme running for this show, and another similarity with Star Trek Discovery Season 1. So we start out with a cabin in the woods of Norway. I did get a couple chuckles out of this episode with the sheep rebellion thing in 136 years. The whole human sheep, what is it, sheep or lamb or whatever, relationship gets revisited. I thought that was kind of funny. And again, Graham was absolutely the best part of this show, this episode. I'd watch a Graham show. Absolutely watch a Graham show. He's the most fleshed out character, the most charming character, the character with the most charisma. Yeah, I love Graham. And you know what? Packing away a sandwich, when he's off, because you get a little peckish. You can get a little peckish going with the doctor. I love that. Okay, good stuff. So we go to the cabin in the woods. We find out there's a girl alone. She is blind. Her name is Hannah. She's got a cute little Norwegian accent. And we find out that her dad, Eric the half a bee. Sorry, had to do it. Eric is missing. Been missing for 4 days, and we hear possibly a monster outside. There's at the same time every day there's some sort of growlings, and we see that the cabin is all boarded up for some reason, and this girl is in here alone. She's scared. She's looking for her dad, and again, he's been missing for 4 days. And Ryan says the obvious that pisses her off, like maybe your dad just bailed on you, because his dad bailed on him, and it upsets her, of course. And of course, the doctor and Yaz and Graham and Ryan are all going to help. And when they do some investigating around the house, and they find out, and believe me, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, for lack of a better term, in this episode. The mirrors are portals. So they go through the portal, and this is where I'm like, man, maybe it's going to start getting interesting. It's starting to feel like a Doctor Who episode. We're kind of in this alien zone or something like that, which we find out is called the anti-zone. We run into an actual creature, a monster, Ribbons of the Seven Stomachs. But a creature that is totally wasted. He's kind of like a troll. He wants to barter for the sonic screwdriver, and he'll help the doctor find his way because they're looking because he has seen Eric. So he's got like a little, I don't know, a flesh balloon or whatever the hell it is, and it's a light, so it helps him. It's like, of course, they're in a tunnel system, so we find out it's the anti-zone. The doctor says the anti-zone is a buffer when the universe or time and space is being threatened by something in imminent, or there's imminent danger, and it's like a protection. It's like a callus or something like that. We never find out where Ribbons is from. He says he's always been there. There's flesh-eating moths, these giant flesh-eating moths, and I'm like, okay, now we're talking. This is starting to feel like a little Doctor Who episode, but of course, on their way through the tunnels, Ribbons gets killed needlessly, going for the sonic screwdriver. They run through the tunnels a little more. Ryan is back with Hannah. The doctor had written on the wall so Hannah wouldn't hear that, just assume Eric is dead, keep Hannah here. We hear back with Ryan and Hannah. We hear the monster. Ryan figures out, he follows the speaker wire and sees that it was the dad who had timed like a monster noise at the same time every day to keep Hannah in there, to lock his daughter up while he leaves for the day, which is fucking horrible and stupid. So they go through the caverns, they find Eric, and Eric they walk through the mirror and everything's opposite, like his Slayer shirt is backwards. We find out that Eric is visiting his dead wife, who is in this mirror world, and the doctor, and we also see that Grace shows up, Graham's dead wife, Ryan's mom. Now, Ryan is not with them, by the way. And so Graham at first sees Grace and says, "This isn't right. Don't do this to me again." And this is like actually some of the good moments in this episode. So we find out Eric, the dad, is abandoning his daughter for days at a time to spend time with his dead wife, who he's completely broken up about, which that's dumb. Okay, it's just dumb. And meantime, Hannah figures out something's going on, so she knocks out Ryan with the door, this little girl, and walks through the mirror blind and starts going through the tunnels. And of course, Ryan follows her. In the meantime, the doctor's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. This other universe is too perfect, and Graham asks Grace some questions, and it turns out like it's Grace. It looks like it's Grace. Well, we find out it's a sentient universe. For one, total blown opportunity here when Graham, the doctor, Graham, and Yaz get into the universe. Eric's wife says, "Oh, there's another person here who's been waiting for you," and there's behind some laundry. And I'm like, this would be a good moment to bring in Missy, to have like Missy show up. The one of the good things from the Moffat era, like it's Missy Master, but no, it turned out to be Grace, and they wanted to go for the dramatic thing. Also, there's a lot of Stranger Things. This is the Doctor Who Stranger Things with the whole anti-zone thing. So huge missed opportunity with the Master there. So Graham starts getting suckered in and believing it's Grace. Eric is completely suckered in and thinks it's his wife. The doctor figures out it's a sentient universe called, I forgot what it was called. It's called a Solitrack, and it was part of the universe at once, but it was like a final component that really didn't work with the universe, so it had to get rejected. But it's conscious, it's sentient. So it turned out to be kind of like Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's just a lonely sentient universe that wants some friends, so it's trying to lure people into a trap. So it makes it a friendly trap, and somehow mines their heads for their loved ones, and they don't explain that at all. So at the end, everybody makes it out, of course, because there's never any danger in this episode. Hannah makes it through, and of course, she can automatically sense that it's not her mom because she's blind. She's got heightened senses. Ryan does not go through, so they don't have him meeting his mom. And of course, the two people, when they're trying to get into the regular universe after the doctor explains that, these two people are fake, the two people that have a problem leaving, of course, are Graham and Eric. Now, Graham eventually gets talked into it, but, Ryan is in trouble, and he has flesh-eating moths on the other side going after him, and everybody's just sitting down and talking, and there's no tension at all. And then Graham finally comes to his senses and leaves, and Eric never does. Eric is like willing to abandon his daughter for a fake wife because he's just too lured in. And, he's the idiot of the episode, and he's even called an idiot. A couple things in the episode is that, yeah, the doctor calls this guy an idiot, and the doctor also, Ribbons earlier threatens to kill Ribbons, which I've never heard the doctor threaten to kill. So I've seen the doctor point the Sonic at somebody before, even though it makes no sense because it's like pointing a screwdriver at somebody. And yeah, threatened to kill Ribbons in this episode. I'm like, whoa, okay, great. So yeah, so Eric has to be basically what the doctor does at the end is trick the universe into kicking out Eric by convincing the universe that the doctor would be a better friend because she's been alive longer and she knows more. So she kicks Eric out against his will, and then the doctor is trapped in this universe. But we find out it's collapsing on itself. It can't handle two people. It's not built for that. And by the way, the episode ends with the doctor negotiating with a CG frog who's lonely, who's voiced by Grace. And just through a quick conversation, like, hey, we're friends, and friends listen to each other and they tell each other the truth, and you got to let me go. And the frog goes, okay, and lets it go. And that's the end of the episode. So they, Eric is going to take his and the reason Eric went to his house, that's house with his daughter, was because he was freaking out about his wife for some reason. So he's going to take his kid back to Oslo, and everything's going to be okay because we're going to just let the kid stay with the dad who would abandon his kid for 4 days. The doctor has this very judgmental look, which is on our thumbnail for this episode. And yeah, so yeah, I have a thing with bad dads, especially when it's written this horribly. I was reading a couple reviews that even they tried to polish it nice. It's so funny how these reviews are like everybody's afraid to just say it sucks. They're like, well, this part was good, but this part was good, but it just had a little weakness at the end. But people, we're 9 episodes in. There's been no goddamn villains, and it has been reported, and now it's after 9 episodes, it's true that Chris Chibnall had said that he wanted the villains this season to be the worst traits of humanity. Oh boy, yay. That's what I want to watch Doctor Who for. So much fun. Let's all gather around the fire and see the worst traits of humanity in a fun, timey-wimey space-time drama, which is, yeah, it's like I said in my last video, which somebody in our brilliant chat brought up, that this is it feels like a spinoff show, a bad spinoff show. So and we're almost halfway through the Jodie Whittaker era. We made it halfway through, and they haven't done her any favors at all, the writers. And I have kind of pinpointed what are the problem. I gave it a hint to it for our next video, what the problem is. And the writers have no genre experience. If you go look at Beyond Chibnall, and I think it's run like a writing room, I'm not sure. Beyond Chibnall, there is one writer who has written one episode of something that could be considered drama or genre, and that's it. And that's it. So big thumbs down, like 2 out of 10 for this episode. And oh my God, let's get to the chat. Enough of my babbling. Oh, dude. It's so sad to see what's happening to our shows, and for no good reason. What's happened is they've just been hijacked by people who aren't in the genre, and it's okay to bring in new fresh talent as long as they have a guide. Chris Chibnall is not that guide. And he even stated in 2013 he did not want to be the showrunner. So maybe he just took it for the money or thought he can do it. Yes, there was a Zygons reference, and that's about the best we're going to get, folks. So yeah. Missy is dead. Well, we don't know, Mr. Roboto. Nobody's ever really dead in a time traveling show. I don't think Missy is dead. But Michelle Gomez is not coming back because she's doing other things. So I love Capaldi. I'm still sad they never made Clara the Dalek Queen like the foreshadowed and chickened out, says Philip A. Dimmick. That's the best Clara episode, was clearly Asylum of the Daleks. That would have been freaking brilliant. I don't know, a Dalek Queen? Yeah, because they had the Parliament set up and everything. Uh, that's a video for another day, guys. They did have a bunch of stuff planned out and set up, and because Matt Smith left early and Karen Gillan left early, they had to redo all their plans. And it had something to do with them splitting the season, and it kind of jacked up their 50th anniversary. And yeah, they had a whole thing planned out. And some of the toys actually that came out gave spoilers for that. And I'll do that for another day. I'm still doing a bit of research on that one. It's the writing. And your God is nowhere. It's the writing. Okay. That's it. The writing for the show is god awful. And it really should be axed at this point. I mean, like, thank God there's only 2 more episodes to cover. But I got good and fired up at the end. I was almost lured into this episode. I'm like, oh, they might be doing something because, it's the penultimate episode. Usually, at the end, they try to set up the finale, the big finale, which is usually some big villain, but they don't want to do that this year because, reasons. The problems are the script, says Ivan. I'm going to mispronounce your last name, but I'm going to give it a try, okay? Because Pugliese. Sorry if I messed that up, buddy. I just realized the gateway with Romana. That would have been cool too. Isn't Romana, the last time I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, Whovians, because I haven't listened to all the audio adventures and I'm really not clear what is canon and what is not as far as books and stuff. But I thought Romana was we last heard she was like in a side bubble universe or something like that. John T. Capaldi was great doctor, let down by some terrible scripts. Yes. And Jodie, has what Jodie lacks charisma. She does. She's a perfectly fine actor. But even like at the moment she's threatening the life of Ribbons, there's when Ryan is with Hannah and they're going through the hallways and they're doing that like that kid run, because Hannah, the girl they got was really blind. She was adorable. She was adorable. But of course they couldn't have just gotten a stunt woman and like done some real running or something. It just looked like a school play at that point. And I'm kind of disrespecting school plays. School plays I've seen so many damn school plays. I got kids. Grace is the grandma, by the way. That's right. Ryan. Yeah, you're right. Ryan does not. That is. I just. Tom S. You're right. Yes. That is Ryan's grandmother, not his mother. He's got no mom, or his mom is dead, and his dad bailed because mom died. Missy was fantastic. Missy was one of the better things of the Moffat era. I thought that was a good twist at the end of season 8. I dug it. You can only do so much with terrible writing. You're right. And a CG goddamn frog at the end that just wanted to be your friend. Oh, yeah. Come on, man. Again, if they should just air this on Saturday morning. It's very Sarah Jane Adventures it, but nowhere near as good. Okay, Sarah Jane Adventures, that was a good kid show. One everybody could watch. My boys enjoyed the Sarah Jane Adventures. And I still thought the Trickster was one of the better villains. Really good villain. I thought it was a puppet too. I know, right? Farrell Merrill, it was CG that looked like a puppet. It was so bad. Absolutely. Jesus Christ. It was an unconvincing animatronic frog. No, they said it was CG. Now I could be wrong. I looked it up. Where I looked, Stevie Weavy, it could be wrong. Because it really did look animatronic, but I kind of looked to see what was behind that. Now I only checked one place and they could be wrong too. So you might be right. I'll give you that. The visuals aren't okay. What they're tricking you with, the visuals aren't really that stunning. Okay. They have a really good camera they're working with. They're working on, a really high def camera. They don't show the inside of the TARDIS ever. Like the TARDIS, they made this thing about finding the TARDIS, and then we spend zero time in the TARDIS. They really don't want any familiarity with a previous Doctor Who. It's a reboot. I mean, they should have just called it season one of a new Doctor Who. I thought with the whole, sentient universe thing. Oh, and this is a big deal too. The doctor mentioned she had 7 grandmas. Remember that one. I want you to remember that one because there was the report earlier they're going to rewrite the Time Lord's past. And I just one of my theories is, and this is just one, that the doctor has had way more than 13 forms. We haven't, they did the whole war doctor thing. They're going to do more of that. And yeah, they're going to do some they're going to do some major shenanigans with the doctor's past. Maybe. It has to be written by Chris Chibnall because the writers who aren't Chris Chibnall have clearly no interest or just a feigning interest in Doctor Who. I'm sure they had to double check with the callback to the Zygons. Like, I can say the Zygons, right? Um, what a bonkers sounding episode. Glad I'm not watching. Leonard Lawrence. Yeah, I'm here to save you time and money. I don't know if you got to pay for this, guys, or with your licenses and stuff. And God, I hope you get your money back or they give you a refund. There was I fucking love you guys in the UK. I mean, like, I heart the UK big time. Okay, it's my favorite place to go. London is my second favorite city in the world. I actually want to live there someday. There was this cheesy little opening before Doctor Who that was written so much better, and it was super cheesy. And it was a mom and a son, and like something a 13-year-old son would never ever do. By the way, sorry, I have kids, and especially a boy would go, "Mom, can we go out and hang out?" Like, what? But the mom says she doesn't have time, so the kid's all bummed and he's walking around like an amusement park by himself, and the mom is like stressing out at work, and then he's playing a video game and she's on her computer, and they both start pounding it at the same time, and like time freezes, and then all of a sudden she realizes she needs to spend time with her son. So son and mom meet, and it's a really cute moment, and they go on the everybody's frozen, by the way, and they go to the amusement park and have fun, and then once she kisses him on the head, everybody starts moving again, and it's like, oh, family is about Christmas. That was a better story than the freaking Doctor Who episode. And then it made me think, what the announcers all, I wonder if the doctor is put up the Christmas lights or something in the TARDIS. I'm all, no, it's the New Year's lights. We're not getting Christmas lights in the TARDIS because Doctor Who has run out of Christmas ideas. But this is where I'm going to ask one more time. I've asked in the last 2 videos, folks. Please submit your Christmas ideas in the comments below, and I will be doing a video on that because we've already gotten some brilliant ones, some funny ones. You guys are funny. And I'm going to make a video. It might be a 2-parter on submitting Christmas ideas to the BBC. And somebody had actually brought this up in our chat, that why didn't the BBC just ask for Christmas ideas from fans? Yeah, I think you would have gotten a good one. That's just me. All right, we'll get to a couple more chats here. It's like 200, is it pounds or euros? Sorry, 200 pounds or euros for a TV license, and we only use the BBC for Doctor Who. It's really not worth it. It's not. Yeah, and the writers, they do have a doctor experience for doctors. A lot of the writers have written for the show Doctors, which I have never seen. I'm guessing it's not a genre show. That's just me. But maybe Chris Chibnall thought because they wrote for Doctors, they could write for Doctor Who. I don't know. But it sounds a lot like the writers from Star Trek Discovery, who are all Gilmore Girl writers. And honestly, when I watch an episode of Doctor Who, I feel like I'm reviewing the Gilmore Girls. Well, thank you, Filthy Farmer. Yes, it's bigger on the inside. Yeah, I'm an actual fan. That's what really, it's daytime drama, says Nathan Norman. Yeah. I saw what you said earlier, Nathan, about the show on Netflix too. And yeah, we'll talk about that Friday. Yeah, that was weird, man. That was weird. Doctors is so bad, said Specs Dude. I'm going to have to check it out just to do some research on these writers. I will prepare myself. Halam 899 wants to talk about Titans, which is actually, hey, Donna Troy was good in Titans. She was. New Christmas villain, Christmas lights, all merge to form a Christmas light monster, says DJ Bowman. Boom, Christmas story. And you're going with one of those postmodern villains. It's just Christmas lights. But there'll be some bad human trait behind it, like Christmas lights who want to I don't know, poach rhinoceros or something like that. I don't know. Gary girl, hashtag Gary girls. What are you talking about, movie Finobi? I'm really enjoying Counterparts, says Phil Deformer. Yeah, folks, you hear me angry about Doctor Who. I will recommend you a great show that has a great alternate reality theme. Counterpart. It's on Stars. I think it's available in Europe. It premieres next week, season 2. Get your free trial from Stars. Watch it. It has my absolute 100% guarantee as one of the greatest shows you will ever see. Period. It's that good. I don't know about season 2, but season 1 was damn near perfect. It's got J.K. Simmons from Oz, Farmers Commercials, J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. Really, really good stuff. Peter Cushing is a better Doctor. Oh, man. I miss Peter Cushing. Love Peter Cushing. All right. Exploding crackers that turn people into Christmas pudding. There, it says Tanya Louise. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'll have to save the chat and I'll screen grab those for the ideas. Now give me some pictures of Spider-Man. There you go. Oh, movie Finobi, kiss me, turn me into a good show. Kiss the frog and turn me into a good show. That's right. All right, everybody. I got to acknowledge some super chats here. At least I thought I could. Here we go. Before we take off, movie Finobi for $1.99. Nerd fans of Who, start rewatches Better Who. Yeah, go back and watch old Who to cleanse your palate. That's what movie Finobi is doing. I think he's on season 3 with the wonderful Viking bitch. Actually, Utopia is probably my favorite Doctor Who episode. That whole 2-parter at the end of season 3 is epic. It gives me goosebumps. It is brilliant Doctor Who. Some of the best music, best directing, best acting. Derek Jacobi. Fuck yeah, that's good Doctor Who. Oh man, it just watch that and watch this and tell me how good this is, please. So I apologize for not getting to more of your chat, but please, I'm gonna keep. I can keep the screen on. I will read this and respond in the comments. Okay, guys, and please, if you want to keep talking about Doctor Who, our next live stream is Monday 9:30 a.m. for the Nerdrotic Nooner. We can talk about it all you want. But I try to keep these short for when they turn into a video. So everybody, you have a great day. Please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/nerdrotic. Please check out our live stream schedule at nerdrotic.com. It's on the right-hand side. Whovians, I'm really sorry. But this, again, if you need to vent, man, this is the place you can come. Sarah Jane Adventures is amazing. I'm watching it. And not live with an X2. I done it. Sorry, I didn't get that. It just moved away from me. But Sarah Jane Adventures, absolutely recommend that show. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. 300. I did not even look at 365 people. That's amazing. You guys are brilliant. Yeah, and please, if you want to talk about it more, join me on Monday. All right. Cheers to my friends in the UK. I do love you guys, and may the small folks sing songs of your greatness.